What's going on, good people? Welcome back to Cooking Up with Chris. So, my microphone, I didn't like the audio coming through, so I got to get another one. But in the meanwhile, we back at what we at. So, today, we're making us some Marsala chicken. Let's get this thing going. So we're going to turn this pan over here on some medium-low heat. Get a little oil down in there, baby, to get ready. And my little cork, my daughter broke my cork the other day, so thanks a lot, little pretty girl. But we're gonna work with it. Alright, so for the chicken breast, we're using chicken breast today. Trim these little extra pieces off, and we're gonna cut them in half, right down the middle. Boom, boom, right down the middle. That's all I know about this song. Alright, so 1, 2. We're going to get a couple more and we'll come back. Alright, so now we got all our breasts cut up and portioned right. We're going to go down with the M9 AP seasoning. Seasoning babies down. I don't know what that was. And then we're going to get both sides. So we're going to flip these babies over. And we're going to hit this side. So we're going to start laying these babies down over in here. Not quite ready, but it's all good. Get a good slow cook on it anyway. Alright, we'll come back once the second round get in there. Alright, these chicken breasts is about half cooked. Been there about 3 minutes. We're going to turn them babies over. Keeping them over some medium-low heat. So we're not trying to get them crispy. We want to keep them soft and juicy for this one. All right, it's about 3-4 more minutes, and we'll pull them and get the next one. All right, let's get our first round of chicken up out of here. All right, so while our second round of chicken is cooking, we're gonna get us 4 garlic cloves. All right, so we're gonna mince up this garlic. And we got us a little shallot, and we're gonna mince one of these whole shallots up. I remember it was a whole thing for a long time of people just trying to get them to classify a shallot as an onion. And they finally did it like a year or 2 ago. Was it 2 years? It might have just been a year ago. That's what I always saw it as a type of onion. Alright, let's go ahead and get fancy with it. We're going to do the cuts. Come on, man, making all that noise, man. Not for the fanciness to pay off. Look like it's 2 or 3 of y'all you could fit up in there. Alright, so, and we already diced up really nice. But then you still got this butt to deal with, so what's the point? So you got your minced garlic, your finely diced up shallot. Time to get that chicken out. Alright. In the same pan, we're going to go in with our shallots and our garlic. So, moving our garlics and shallots. Whew, that smells so good. After about a minute or so, we're going to go in with about 2 tablespoons of butter. And we're going to let that baby melt on in there. Alright, now that our butter is melted down into our our shallots, be fancy about it, and garlic.
Onion.
Now we're gonna go about 7 ounces. If it will pull, I'll use the whole. I'm gonna use what's left. So that was about 10 ounces. If you got a full thing, 13 ounces of your Marsala cooking wine. I don't drink, you can use regular wine, but I use the cooking wine. So, which is the same thing, they just season with like salt and stuff, so you can't really drink it. Alright, so we're gonna let these cook together for all about 2-3 minutes or so. And sometimes it's okay to keep it simple. This thing is delicious, so we just gonna hit it just a little pinch of salt and a little pinch of pepper. That's all it needs, because it's already got flavor. It's already good. It's just gonna bring it out a little bit more. Now at this point, we're gonna add our chicken back over in. Alright, so they cooked on this side for about a minute. We're gonna flip. Just let that go about 30 seconds or so. And we're just gonna do a little basting. So all the meat to one side, pulling up. We're just gonna coat it with all that good garlic and shallot and masala and butter, all that goodness.
Honey and butter for me.
Alright, let's get these babies pulled. That is goodness.
Goodness.
I ain't gonna play with the kids. I'm just gonna feed them and knock them out. It's about bedtime anyway. Put them to sleep. The heat off. We're gonna go ahead and get these babies out the pan. And if you thought any of this was going to waste, you lost your mind.
Lost it, man. Lost it.
We're gonna bring it over to the plate. And we're gonna get all that good flavor out of it. All of it. That is your Marsala chicken. Woo. Let's get it on the plate. Alright, so tonight we serving it up with some honey butter green beans. Got a little French baguette. Those we being fancy tonight.
Baguette.
Get that little cone off. And then we're gonna hit them angles, as they say. Serve it up. Come here for it. And now you can use that good bread. Sop up a little bit of that juice. Look at that. My God. Let's get a piece of this chicken here. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. So soft. That's bomb, man. I would love getting that at a restaurant. Y'all enjoy that.